Welcome to Network Root. Today we're going to look to configure IS to IS protocol in Junos. We have this topology in front of us where we have R1, R2, R3 and R4. For this example, we're only going to use R2 and R3 and look to configure IS to IS as level 2 between the connected interfaces of gig 000. Loopback IP addresses are already configured for R2 and R3. Next, just take a look at some of the basic requirements how to enable IS to IS in Junos. I've broken it down into 3 basic steps to make the process easier for us. First, we're going to enable net address on the loopback 0 interface. Second, we're going to enable family ISO on the interfaces. And finally, in the third step, we're going to configure protocol IS to IS on the interfaces and set a level, which is level 2 in this case. First, take a look at config of the R2. So first of all, we're going to configure the net address on the loopback 0 interface. To command to set the net address in Junos is we're going to define the family ISO and followed by that address, and we'll define the net address for that router. Next, we're going to configure the interface, which is gig 000. That's the connected interface to R3 for the family ISO. And in third step, we're going to configure protocol ISIS on the interface, which is gig 000. Also, we're going to disable level 1 because our requirement is that we have to enable only for level 2. Next, we're going to configure R3. Similarly, we're going to define the net address first on the loopback 0 interface. Set the interface gig 00 for the family ISO. And enable protocol ISIS on the interface and disable level 1. Commit the config. Let's just enable ISIS on loopback 0 interface as well on both R2 and R3 for the reachability purpose. So we're going to configure on R2 first, and same on R3. We're going to configure loopback 0 for ISIS. Let's take a look at the verification process. First of all, we're going to take a look at the ISIS interfaces, and we see that on R2 we have only one interface that is enabled for the ISIS. We see that level 2 is up and the level 1 is disabled. We see that the level 2 neighbor is there and metric. Next, we're going to take a look at show ISIS adjacency command. In Junos, we're going to use detail. Detail gives us a little bit more info about the adjacency. In this case, we will see that interface gig 000 is at level 2. The state is up. We have some extra info about the MAC address and topologies and etc. Next, let's take a look at show route protocol ISIS. Here we see that the prefix 3333/32 is learned via protocol ISIS, and we know that the metric is 10, and the address 23.23.23.2 is the next hop of the connected interface via gig 000. Let's take a look at show ISIS database. Extensive command we're going to use, and that gives us a lot of info, a very useful info about ISIS, including TLVs, and you see the router ID, the IP address, the host name, and the prefixes, and also a lot of info about the traffic engineering capabilities of ISIS. And finally, see if we can reach the prefix. Wonderful. Yes, we can. Thank you very much for watching.